to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless. We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless. We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless. Stop the hand, yo.
Kindly hit for us the share button, please. Share with friends, share with family members. Let them know that we are here. Kindly hit for us the share button, please. Kindly hit for us the share button. All right. Just hit for us the share button. Let's get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all. Let's just hit for us the share button.
Thank you. Time is fast spent.
So, fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you. I mean, all of you that have joined us. As usual, we ask that you please do us a favor. And the favor that we require that you do for us is to kindly hit for us the share button. Share with as many friends, family, groups that you can share with so that all of us, can be on par and that others will also be able to get the information that they are supposed to get. So please do us that favor. Uh, do us that favor. Hit for us the share button. We are also sharing. So you can share in the Vera group, you share in the Vera community, whatever you find yourself, even on your page, you can also do that for us. Sorry, you can also share on your page. I want to say welcome to all of you again. Let me say welcome to my own brother here, Jake. Jake, how are you, Chief?
Salute to you, Chief. Good on this side. Everything okay. The cold is cooling down now. The weather is changing now. I see on my side already in February 1st here now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I'm okay.
Oh, okay. 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 That's great. That's great. That's great. So, how's the community also on our side?
Yeah,
Very.
since Tina 200% because in Europe too we get a lot of unemployment because of the war in Ukraine and Russia. A lot of difficulty around the world presently. Yeah,
Okay.
but we hope that peace will prevail, and I probably, anything that happen in America that go strictly good, and the whole world come to understanding, and probably people will thrive. So
Yeah.
we're hoping that every time everything go good in America because they're the best, the number one economy in the world.
Mhm.
So yeah, for Europe is calm. Yeah, but thank God for life.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. We always, that's the most important thing. Thank God for life. We thank God that life, it has its way of being kind to us that we want to be very grateful of.
Yeah,
So
for real.
I know there have been a lot going on, there have been a lot of things going
Yeah,
on. But let's hear
too
what you
much.
have on your plate. I know we are going to go into what we're supposed to go into randomly. But again, let's hear from your plate. Maybe you have a particular thing that over the weekend, maybe that was brought to your
No,
attention, or you thought to maybe throw light on it before we can start to discuss. The platform is yours.
yeah. Friends, from the beginning, since Joseph Boakai then took the oath of office, since Joseph Boakai took the oath of office, I told people here on the platform that Joseph Boakai is not in control. He's proving again, once again. If you look at the sworn address concerning him, you know directly the president is not in control. Let me give an example to the followers and those that are sharing the video. You please have to share the video. It's a situation that went on in America when they swapped Joe Biden for Kamala Harris, because the same age group Joe Biden was seen now. That's a fact. He couldn't, because that age gap, that age, everybody pray to reach that age when you have a lot of difficulty. So with that age, until the debate of Donald Trump and the World War, because the media were hollering him at that time, the liberal media, the CNN, the ABC, all of these guys were hollering, Joe Biden at that time. But the Republican people knew there was something going on with the president. So at the end of the debate now, you FUMO at the debate, definitely the Democrat came in and plotted to overthrow him. That was a coup for me. So they swapped him for Kamala Harris, 100 some more days, and today we got another president in America. So it's a similar thing that happened in our country today. We should be saying it that Joseph Boakai had the pacemaker, and people know it confirmed. Let me remind Liberians, the pacemaker thing can happen to anybody, young people, old people. You don't have the normal heartbeat, so you put something in your heart to regulate your heart. So that's a struggling. That's one of the problems with the age he's struggling on. So he had the pacemaker, and beside the age, anybody that reach 80 plus or 80 plus, you definitely, your strength will start to fail you. Reaching will not come. So we know it, but we preach it to these people. But because of greed and some things, and they cheated in that election, of the help of the NEC and other people, so that brought them to power today. So we're seeing it, what happened on Sona. The Sona address, it was a disgrace worldwide. Then he FUMO again when he went to Tanzania on a private plane. So we're seeing it now. He's not in control. I've been seeing it from the beginning. So that's the thing. I think that probably one of the things we discuss.
Sure.
His Excellency, Mr. Joseph.
Well, again, I want to thank you, and I want to thank each and everyone that have joined us. As usual, we ask that please hit for us the share button. In a special way, let me use this time to welcome people that have joined us, on the platform. I want to say welcome to all of you. As usual, we appreciate your presence here. It's a privilege when we have the opportunity to be with you. In a special way, we want to say welcome to our Nina Kuya. How are you, Mama? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. We appreciate and welcome you. We want to say welcome to uh, Otalia. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Chope, we appreciate you. I want to say welcome to Pac Daves. Thank you so much for the support and everything that you continue to do. We want to say welcome to our own brother, Otaka. Thank you so much, Otaka. We appreciate you. Sharif, we want to appreciate you. You are highly welcome. We want to say thanks to everybody that is joining us around the globe. We appreciate all of you. Again, kindly hit for us the share button. There are some of you may not be able to see because of limitation of technology from our end. But again, we want to say welcome to all of you. The first thing that I want us to look at, fellow Liberians, is the public disgrace that we as Liberians continue to experience in the hands of Joseph Numa Boakai. The presidency carries a lot of weight. When you are the president of the republic, you are not just the political leader of that country, but you represent, to some extent, the way the people in that country think, the way the people in that country behave, to some extent, the way they look at life, Because people can look at the president and say, but wait now, there are people that are in the country, they're gonna mean what the poor, they mean the people say that's serious. So even if you are a serious person and you go to elect somebody who is unserious, the people will always say, you who elect the person, like I said, you may be serious, but because you elected somebody who is unserious, the people will look at you and say, but they may not serious. They may not serious. It's just like, take for example, a woman who is well to do, she get her head on her shoulder, she knows what she wants in life, and etc. etc. Go follow behind somebody who is, has no purpose and no meaning in this life. Just live his life in a don't care way. The first thing people will see is not only that man. They will say, but the woman is serious. Anytime they see that man, maybe they say, look at the kind of man that other woman being. So when they see you, despite of your good morals, the way you carry yourself, they will condemn you. They will condemn you automatically. So this is what we experience these few days. And I want to start from the latter. Joseph Numa Boakai attended what we call the summit, the African Energy Summit. The African Energy Summit, fellow Liberians, is where every investor that want to invest in the energy sector, people from around the world, because remember now, Africa is a very rich continent that we have not even, make use or even 50% of the resources that we have when it comes to the energy sector. We have a very good climate. In fact, our natural habitation alone is sufficient enough to be able to generate electricity for us. It's sufficient. Like, for example, most of these rivers you see around, most of these rivers, just name it. Many things that we have that can give us electricity. Like, for example, the sun, even our own climate, the forest, and etc. etc. We all know that, because now what most countries are doing now, they are trying to ensure that they have pure energy. So people are bringing solar, and Africa, we are very rich when it comes to the sun. We are very rich. There are some African countries, basically all year around, we experience the sun. All year around, we have a very hot climate. So if people can invest, for example, in like the solar, that again is another big business that can be able to at least boom in Africa, which most of us, most African countries are not making use of it. Most are not making use of it. Now, let's be specific and come to Liberia. When you look at Liberia, we have too much that we have not even used, especially in the energy sector. We have not even used 0.002% of what we have as a resources. We have not used it yet. So when we go to these conferences, it's where we present our own agenda. It's where we tell the people what we have that they can invest in. Because at this summit, you go there to convince investors. It's almost like investors from all around the world will sit together and they will listen to you and say, okay, let's see what, for example, our brother Jake has. So you now will have to convince the investor. You now will have to tell this investor what make you to be a suitable ground for investment in, for example, in the energy sector. What makes your country to be a suitable ground that when they go there and they invest in the energy sector, that they will have huge return. The country will benefit, the company will benefit, the country will be secure, the company will be secure, and etc. etc. So they go to sit down and listening to you, and you present your ideas and present your own, stuff, and they say, okay, and they can buy it and start to deal with you. That's why before going to these conferences, you are informed ahead of time. Maybe, for example, they will take about 3 or 4 months. So, especially as a president, you have all of these things in your itinerary. You have all of them in your itinerary, because the people who are working on your itinerary will tell you, say, oh, Chief, next month on the 15th, you are supposed to be attending this other conference. Now, based on that, you bring the expertise together and say, well, I'm going to the energy sector. Let's put something together. Or if possible, let's take somebody who is in the energy sector, let that person go along with us, so that at least they can be able to give us that particular guidance, so that they can guide us in the process. If possible, doing our meetings that they will meet with them, discuss with other partners, and etc. etc. That's what a serious leader will do. So, fellow Liberian, Joseph Numa Boakai attended the energy summit. And the journalists who were there, I want to believe that this guy listening to Joseph Numa Boaka's State of the Nation address when he talks about the energy sector. And this guy decided to ask him this question. And I want to play this. I want us to listen. We're going to start with the first clip. I want us to play this. And I want for us to listen as this fellow, asks the question. So we are going there. And I want you to listen very keenly to Joseph Numa Boaka and his response.
This panel, but certainly not the least, His Excellency, Mr. Joseph Numa Boakai, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia. We've talked about numbers in terms of access, and for Liberia, it is 32% of the population that has access to electricity. Again, the vast majority of them being in the capital city of Monrovia, and very little in the rural areas. And with regards to clean cooking, we're talking about 1%. But your government does have huge ambitions of reversing that. What are the major pillars of your national compact? And what innovative financing and investment models are you looking at to reverse this trend and put your country on a forward trajectory? Your Excellency, over to you.
Let me thank my sister, the President, Dr. Smith.
Now, I want to carry this back small, and I want you to listen to the main question. The main question that was asked, Mr. Boaka, this ailing president of ours, what is your ambition? What is your government, ambition? What plans do you have in order for this particular sector, to flourish, to boom, that people can invest in it? So I just want to go back one step, and I want you to listen to this.
To reverse this trend and put your country, but your government does have huge ambitions of reversing that. What are the major pillars of your national compact? And what innovative financing and investment models are you looking at to reverse this trend and put your country on a forward trajectory? Your Excellency, over to you. The vast majority of them being in the capital city of Monrovia, and very little in the rural areas. And with regards to clean cooking, we're talking about 1%. But your government does have huge ambitions of reversing that. What are the major pillars of your national compact? And what innovative financing and investment models are you looking at to reverse this trend and put your country on a forward trajectory? Your Excellency, over to you.
Let me thank my sister, the President, Dr. Smith, son, for inviting us to come here. I think it's also an opportunity because the last time I was over here was about 30 years ago. And I don't see any other thing that would have brought me here either. I want to thank you for this opportunity. And I want to also quickly thank you for what I saw here today. You're rewarding innovation, people who are doing small things. It's not just encouraging them, it's also making the younger ones aware that energy is important. We are honored to be here today, and we want to thank you for all that you've done to make us comfortable. Achieving universal energy access is essential. It drives prosperity, inclusion, sustainability, labor recognition. We in Liberia, and I want to thank my friend and brother, Edison, for also working with partners like the World Bank.
I want to stop here and then I show all of us listening to it. The question that was asked Mr. Boakai, Mr. Boakai, you have a huge ambition. You recently spoke about the issue of electricity during your State of the Nation address. What are the plans you have in place? What kind of payload do you have that people can invest in? What is your plan? What do you have that you think you can be able to make sure that this particular sector is vibrant, that everybody benefit from it? Because remember, the guy who was asking the question, whether he's a journalist or whoever he is, was able to give us a percent, was able to add a percentage of those who are benefiting from the electricity and those who are not. So basically, he was asking Mr. Boakai, how can you be able to ensure that your people benefit from electricity? What plans do you have that you can present to this body that will look at and say, yeah, you know, we can invest into it? My people, you're listening to our president. What a disgrace. Instead of this man explaining to the people what are the plans that he had, what are the areas that he thinks people can invest in, this man jumped to start calling me Surusu, all kind of nonsense at the place there. When other countries are looking for serious opportunity of such to present their agenda to the world, to present their platform to the world, our president was completely out of tangent. He was completely out of touch. That he began by thanking people. After going in the middle, he come back again by thanking people. Is it memory loss? Somebody said that dementia were working right there. My brother Jake, you listening to that disgrace from Mr. Boakai that has affected every one of us. We are now become a laughing stock. What do you make of it, my brother? Let's hear from you, sir.
Yeah, Prince and the followers here, they're calling spade of space here. No sugarcoating, nothing here. You can see our president forming right there on national stage in Tanzania. Our president is forming right in front of everybody. I told people the president is not in control. 15 years ago or 10 years ago, at least Joseph Boakai was a little bit sharp, very eloquent, smart, know all such a matter. Honorable Ellen Johnson said he was vice president for 12 years, president of the Senate. He know all these things. But if you see him now, you know that the president is forgetting. He's forgetting a lot of things. So they gave him sheet. They gave you a list for him to read from. The talking in a Liberian language, small thing. All that small thing then we used to talk in Liberia, that is sitting. So, Prince, the president cannot address our electricity problem, a serious challenge. If he be happy on the former president, it's a serious challenge now in modern history, our healthcare sector, all that challenge. So if we can settle the electricity problem, the president don't have no answer concerning our electricity, no vision how to bring total electricity. And let me fact check that presenter or that journalist. He missed that mark. He missed the number, not 32%. It's less than 32% in our country. I will fact check that man very much. He really do a study to come to ask that question. He missed the mark. So I'm coming on the platform to fact check him. He not the exact percentage he called. First of all, Joseph Boakai, if you see that trip, I don't think he carried the people from the technician or the AEC boss, people from the AEC, or those that control our electricity grill. No, none of them were on that trip. So they just presented that. Let me tell you, they were just presented that president over there. They ran after the Sonar Strait. They flew straight to Tanzania. They flew straight to Tanzania to present the president down there. So you see the president fumbling in front of everybody. You can see, yeah, when I say that memory loss, but I know he got a pacemaker. He old. And when I say that dementia, or he's seen that to get concluded that I know, that'll be doing a disservice to the president. But you can see him fumbling right there. He reading he reading for a note that the people gave him. He deviating from topic. He now addressing the particular topic concerning electricity. So the Liberian people seeing it, the foreign people seeing it. So as you said, Prince, it's true. If they hear that kind of statement, nobody will take our country serious. They will go to other countries that have electricity problem in the African continent. So for now, you see our president, he dropped the ball right there. He dropped the ball. You know, like 10 years ago when he was sharp. And let me tell you something, I said something on the platform before. And President George, we're going to win that election. And they ain't going to cheat. They ain't going to cheat that election in Nima County and other places. It's a different ball game. We're talking about electricity because the president he already had connection, serious connection. I don't want to call the country before the people get the hell of me and go to that country and negotiate the plan. The president said, the president already secured $1 billion deal for somebody to come to the Republic of Liberia to put the electricity situation on, to put it on our control, for it to be history. The president said, if somebody can intervene the president, the president will say to the Liberian people, he had everything under control, but you're just waiting for the second turn. So, Prince, there you can come into, but the president dropped the ball.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. To just conclude on this, fellow Liberians, again, Mr. Boakai told us that they squandered a lot of opportunities. And some of us did not believe. To the extent that some of his people ran in defense of Joseph Numa Boakai. It almost like when he said he encouraged government officials to be corrupt. Some of his officials, very confused, like Kula Fofana, my own sister, they ran with that thinking that they would be able to defend it, but it was indefensible. It was very clear when he said he support corrupt officials. They must use the money on behalf of the people. So when Boakai said that they squandered a lot of opportunity, he was serious about it. What he was telling us is that Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and him, the opportunity that they had to give Liberians a better life, to transform our society, that opportunity, it was squandered. Again, what we saw was another squandered opportunity. Now, you can see that it was similar thing that happened to him when he came for this, I think, investment. It was some kind of investment, how you call, conference that he came for here in the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
When
Yeah.
Sierra Leone walked away with almost $800 million, we said it right on this platform. Sierra Leone came for that same conference. Ghana and other nations came for that same conference. They were able to walk away with some good amount of money. And I remember also they came again for another investment, Black investment summit again.
Yes.
Mr. Boakai, instead of bringing the people who will be able to adequately articulate the investment climate in Liberia, Mr. Boakai brought people who are government officials to come and eat money because of the padam. That thing is sent a shock wave, and that was another opportunity again that was a miss for us. Because when you come into these conferences, the people want to hear from the people who are architects, the people who are the ones that can make things happen. You see, let me tell you something, fellow Liberians. When you see a leader sending people to these conferences, it's not because the leader can't go there. But sometimes he look at the areas and know that this person can adequately represent us, so let me send this person there. Or when he going, sometimes he takes along with him that team that will be able to guide him in the process. So even behind the scene, they will sit down, they will talk, and they will send in different areas. I'm going to give you an example. When President Weah came for the, I think that was the first or the second United Nations General Assembly. Let me see. I think it was the second United Nations General Assembly when he came here to the States. I was privileged to attend one or two conferences. And you know, when the people meet on this United Nations, how you call General Assembly, there are other pocket meetings. Like, for example, United Nations Women Organization, maybe for youth development, blah, blah, blah. So they can have different conferences around the place. It's not just that General Assembly alone that you see president to know they can have different Sonny. And I was privileged to attend at least about 2, courtesy of Madam Piso Sedita, the former gender minister of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Aminaka, and all these other people. They asked me our bag ball. Let me just inform you. They didn't send me there. Somebody said, please hold my bag and carry me. So I was holding the president bag and carrying them there. That's how I was privileged to be part of the meeting. And I saw these people presenting on behalf of Liberia. The gender SAR. And when you look at the United Nations report on our own gender, or report, you will see that we did very well during the regime of President Weah. We did very well as a country in attacking the issue of gender. It was under President Weah's government, under Madam Piso Sedita, that at the end of the day, we're able to have a hotline to report gender issues in Liberia. We had a hotline, which today these people are playing politics out of it, and they're doing all kind of things, and they don't want to finance that particular.
But how we also brought the DNA machine.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's how we brought in the DNA machine and so many other things. So at the end of the day, when you go to these conferences, you present, your issues, and the people can be able to help you. Like I remember the United Nations, some kind of job, something or so. They gave Liberia almost about $1 million for project. They gave the government almost $1 million for project. But today, what we are seeing are just bunch of people who want money, who want the padam, that want to attend these conferences. And at the end of the day, Joseph Newman Boakai is carrying people who have zero idea in the area. So they go there, they asking questions, he read a sheet of paper and thanks is a Silisu and go by again and can't thank Silisu. This is disgraceful on our part. Odious African Republic, that we cannot even present the case. Look, Liberia should even be presenting the case of Africa, so to speak. We should be presenting the case of Africa relative to the challenges that we face in the issue of electricity or in the area of electricity. But unfortunately, even our own case, we cannot present it because the person who is representing us is completely absent. Look, I want to say this without disrespect, right? I think Joseph Newman Boakai, the president of our country, is just one of the dullest men that I've seen. Because serving in those areas, now I am proud of this that I can say. I'm a scar. Even if I'm sleeping and you wake me up and ask me about my oath, I need not to look at people. All of those things, they are part of me because of the years that I've spent, the areas that I've served. So even if my eyes is closed in my dream, I can adequately be able to tell you what I'm supposed to tell you about scouting. As far as scouting is concerned, I will tell you that. So I am saying this to me, Mr. Boakai worked in that particular office for 12 good years. And you worked in the Senate as vice president and as president of the Liberian Senate. It is at the Senate that these things are deliberated upon. These things, you have a broader knowledge about challenges that your people faced with, especially in the Senate. You have that particular, broader knowledge and etc. So you can adequately be able to defend your country, even in the absence of whoever that is supposed to be there. But to see Mr. Boakai not even knowing what to present, it means that my people, I'm sorry if you feel bad, but it means that he's dull. It means that he's absent-minded. That everything he was doing as vice president of the republic, it was just eating money. That's what he cared about. It was just to eat money. And this is the disgrace on our part because it means we have lost another opportunity. Let Morovia alone. We cannot even boast of 24 hours electricity. And you go to a place where people want to invest in you, you go take paper and start reading things up and down. To the extent what was even more disheartening and disgraceful was a lay girl got to come to our president and tell him, say, oh, man, I'm begging you, I hold your phone. Please hold your peace small. They think you just going around the bush. Time is not in our favor. Time is not in our favor. What a disgrace. My brother, conclude on this so that we go to the next issue of discussion, my brother.
Yeah, as you said, the electricity problem is one of the greatest challenges facing our country since the war. So let's say since the war, some decades upon decades ago, in the health sector. That I told people here, followers in here, great society, any great society, before you become a viable nation, you have to have good affordable healthcare system for your people. With 5 million plus people, we can deliver on healthcare in electricity. But the morning time here, if bad for me in the morning time, like Liberia suffering for electricity, we don't get total electricity. The morning era, the digital era. Now present what the world vibing, everybody progressing on the planet, on the African continent. Only Liberian people, only the continent, only Liberia still beyond. We're discussing electricity in the morning era. We should have put electricity to bear a long time ago. But we have a serious challenge. Even the former government, the former president, had serious challenge concerning Ellen Johnson said it was worse on her tenure. She has serious problem concerning electricity. For them, as you said already, they had the money. I can remember on Ellen Johnson said it. $300 million allocated from foreign donors from other partners around the world to bring total electricity to the Republic of Liberia. They invest on that money. They need that money. It happened. Millions of dollars allocated on a Unity Party 12-year government. They never brought nothing. Then when the president came to power, the President John King, he tried, but were not enough to be honest, because he had limited time. He was trying to form the government. A lot of propaganda was spreading. You got to tackle all these serious problems. Protests all over the country. The COVID King, two years they have COVID King. Let me tell you something, Prince today. Let me tell you something. John has been successful because the COVID destroyed the presidency of George Weah. Let me tell you, 2.5, almost 3 years, COVID. The whole world was stranded. Everybody was locked down. So if we graded President George Weah, let's call it spade or space here. No, we shouldn't be biased here. In less than 4 years, time with all the propagandas and lies, the president delivered. He delivered a lot. Even the world, the European community that we live in, everywhere was shut down. Workforce, workplaces, every places, plane. The whole global world was shut down. Billions or trillions of dollars were lost on the continent, and the whole world. Trillions of dollars were lost. So, and today, with a lot of countries now recovering. But one of the George Biden did well, but at that time, the developing, the building roads, all these things. So electricity is a greatest challenge. I told people, if the legislature, they can come together, if forget about our differences and forget about greed, we can put the electricity to bear. Or else, they go for foreign investment, they bring companies to take our whole electricity grid, they buy the whole AEC. I remember I said something to the former president at the Jamaican resort. I said, Mr. President, we can privatize the whole AEC. And we can bring companies here, they buy the whole AEC, spend billions of dollars to acquire AEC. Then they will be responsible for total electricity. Prince, if you look at the electricity grid in places like Europe that I live, it's not from government. It's a private company that come. We have 3 different companies here. You can subscribe to the cheapest electricity you want here. So the private people invest that money here. So we're subscribing to them. Now how we pay our electricity bills here. So the Liberian can do the same thing all around the African continent. And people privatize. They privatizing the different entities now. We need to privatize the AEC. We need to privatize some other entities in the Republic of Liberia. I remember. I read a documentary concerning William Arotabo Jr. He talked about privatization. It will not privatize most of the institutions for getting limited years. It will be difficult for us. And I used to say about our corporate tax. Now, while a lot of investment not coming to the Republic of Liberia, people don't have total electricity, we don't have roads, we don't have healthcare system. This is not a magic. If you cannot have this thing, investment will not come to the country. Look at America recently, when President Trump came to power, they may reduce your corporate tax. He bringing your corporate tax from, he brought it was way by the American corporate tax over 30%. When he first changed 20, now he said 15%. Imagine if you want to come to America to invest, they bring billions of dollars to invest in the country. They'll get you a lot of immunity and other things there. But our corporate tax is high. The legislature need to go and make new. They need to go to session to reduce our corporate tax. 25% is high. A poor nation, 5 million people. Then you're talking about the European Union corporate tax is 20-something. The European US 21. Then who will lead 21? Prince, that look at the logic here. What can even you get investment, you get investor to take the Republic of Liberia? Who will lead 21% to go to 25 to 30% in corporate tax? That's the thing that killing our country. That's one of the things that killing the Republic of Liberia. The legislature they just taking a lot of money riding big car, but to address the fundamental thing that battling the nation, other than just sleeping down there, they arguing on speakers and other things. Reduce our corporate tax, bring total electricity to the Republic of Liberia, and bet the next generation of Liberia will see how we start vibing, we start striving to be a better nation. With all of these things, we will preach their politics, we will demean one another, but it will not happen so easily on our watch. Let me answer that question before you come in. Please,
Yes,
so
sir, go
our
ahead.
generation, please, I want to answer me. Please, our generation failing away. So we not see the development of the Republic of Liberia. Our parents never saw it. So we too will not see it, please. That's my question to you.
Well, my brother, it's a very tough question. It's a very tough one. But again, the choices that we make as a people will make us to see it or not to see it. Sometimes I am tempted to say, sometimes when you're listening to people, right? I want to be very careful. Sometimes you listen to people, they say normal days. And I really ask people, was those days normal? Or is it because, we had, to some extent, a population that was very less? We had, the opportunity that even though it did not reach to every one of us, but we had less opportunity. And, the global world at the time, to some extent, things was going on fine. Is that why you call normal? I think we have not seen normal days in Liberia. No, for me, that's what I want to believe. I might be wrong, but I think we have not seen any normal day in Liberia. Because what is normal to most of our people is get food and eat. That is what is normal. Let the rest press be cheap. That is what is normal. So they don't look at the development.
Yes.
When people talk about normal, it's about the development. It's about job creation. It's about creating that opportunity that people can be able to excel. It's creating a society that will lead from poor to at least to the middle class. That is what we call a normal society. If we talk about normal days, we are talking about the day where at least you will find a very good portion of your population coming from below the poverty level to at least to a place where they can be able to sustain themselves. But was that happening?
Prince, I'm not cutting you, but in the Tower era, we have middle class.
Well, I don't want to say we had middle class. For me, I look at it from a different level. We had a class that at least, if you can feed yourself, it doesn't mean that you are a middle class. In my view and from all indication. Because there are certain things that you must be able to do for yourself as a family head or as a family in order for one to say you are a middle class. That is one, you have a very good living place to some extent, place you can put your head, you are having a job where you are secure. I mean, job security is there. You're having a place where when it comes to your, maybe somebody will say your savings, you have saving in case of any emergency that you can run to. These are some of the things for me. I think people who are in the middle class can be able to afford. At least a place to live, your children going to at least a school that you can afford, etc., etc. So I think we just had a population. I think we only had a population that could eat. That at least we had around food to eat, and the place was quiet. Because remember now, when the place is quiet, my brother, I can go to your house in the times of peace. Even if there's some kind of lay, one cup, say you give it to me, say, hey, my man, one cup here, go and eat it. So in my view, I might be wrong, but in my view, I think we just had a society that was so magnanimous, small enough that we could share with ourselves. But then the greater opportunity came under these people that they squandered, that just like Boakai didn't squander. The greater opportunity came. Like when we had the United Nations in Liberia that was helping with almost all of the investment, what did we do with it?
But so Prince, we not put Samuel Kedo in this scenario too, because he led the country for years too. they will have one of the biggest aid according to America, over $500 million were coming every year under his watch too. So you're not be part of they struggle with something today. You're not linking, we're not only put it on past government, the Ellen, George, and Boakai, we're not put it on we got charged up on the government was on a radical government, but then was some do government. We're not putting on that bus too.
Yeah, the thing is, I think under the regime of the late President Samuel Kayondu, we experienced some stuff. In my view, we experienced some stuff. I think we were experiencing a generation to some extent that was kind of, one would say developing or living from one stage of, like a poverty-striking nation, let me put it this way, to at least a nation where people could, to some extent, afford or so. So we were gradually, gravitating from that poverty level to a stage where most of our people could at least afford. But unfortunately, we dropped the ball when we went to war.
Yes, exactly.
When we went to war. It's like
Yes.
we were trying, because remember now, it was under the regime of the late President Samuel Kayondu that was introduced by President Tolbert that we saw the building of these different how you call facility, government facilities and stuff like that. We saw, for example, the coming in of the people used to say, how you call the thing, LPMC, that our people used to
When I talk about
take
we can go to take things here.
exactly so. Take things and you pay overtime with whatever job
Every
that you
month.
have, etc. So we saw that under the regime of President Tolbert, under President Doe, to some extent, we start seeing the agriculture bank, these different facilities. So what happened is that we ourselves, we set ourselves back by the coming
For
of
the
the
war.
war. So the path that we were on, we send it back. So because of that, every progress that we made as a nation and as a people, everything went back to square zero. Now, under the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, to some extent, we saw the goodwill of the international people. We saw the goodwill coming in, trying to build up the system, etc., etc. There were challenges.
So you will give her also small credit. You will give Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf credit too, because everything infrastructure was broken down. She came and built everything too. The whole country was broken down. So you will not give us small credit.
The thing is, I can say thanks to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, but again, I cannot give her 100% the credit. The reason why I will not give it to her is because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government was not controlled by her. She was not the one that was in control of that government. Remember that we had the Accra Comprehensive Peace Accord that actually brought the United Nations into play. And when the United Nations came, what they did for us was they brought on board the GMAP. The GMAP that brought in people that was able to help us in various areas. For example, they were able to help our infrastructure. They were able to help the governance system. They did so many things for us. I mean, so many things they did for us. Plenty things they were able to do for us as compared to, doing the regime of other people. So what I think was that if we can give her credit to some extent, we'll say, okay, we appreciate her, for that. But again, we thank basically the international community.
For the peace too, for the peace. You rule peace in the country,
Thank you. So the role that they play in terms of peace, at least to some extent, they help to put us on path. But the government was never controlled by Madam Ellen. She was just there as a figurehead, but we have people from around the world coming to be able to help us. In every sector, we had a GMA aspect. Now, under President Weah, we saw something that was unprecedented. We start seeing the buildings of government building, government infrastructure. That saved us of millions. It saved us of millions.
Yeah, we have our own. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, I say you're right. That's true, because we have we build our own PRC headquarters, the MPA administrative building. So there's a lot of infrastructure. But Georgia keep change. To get credit to all these presidents, we get Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I know that according to statistics, United Nations and the World Bank, everybody knew her government was corrupt. They invest a lot of money, but she brought peace upon the nation, total peace. because according to our post-war, everything was broken down. Everything was broken down during her area before she came to power. So she came, she brought back rule of law. She brought back most of the institution there. So she brought peace, she brought rule of law today that we're enjoying today, freedom of speech, all these things then are today. Then when George Weah came to, he echoed it, but George Weah, he restored the peace, because United Nation was there, over 150, or over 100, thousands of the United Nations was on that ground. They were spending 150,000, was spending $150 million in the library economy. Facts. They were spending 150 United Nations. Then we from the diaspora, we from the West, we're spending $350 million for remittance alone. So only have $500 million in going to the library economy on 12 good years on her tenure. But what we saw, we never saw total electricity. We never saw real infrastructure. We never saw buildings or roads. Then when the president came, when George Bush came to power, let's call it fast here. He changed the whole narrative of the nation. He brought development politics. And what today the Unity Party is struggling on the development politics. Well, in less than 4 years, COVID, the president changed the whole narrative of that nation today. That why the Unity Party people are struggling they say pointing to all project and say that project to own a project. Because remember, like when people you can remember the facts here. We will love our country. Now nobody buy us here, but especially the platform. And the United Party people used to say way back, we get a blueprint. Then the CDC used to say, you get a blueprint, we will do the work. They made so all of that thing. Everything they said they had a blueprint. Then CDC wanted to argue with them. They said, because y'all get a blueprint, then we are here in power now, we do the work. So that how you saw George, we are rapidly developing the country, different. He spread like the development was spread like an autopause. That be fact here. The development now wanting, he tackling road, he tackling infrastructure, tackling the other one, education free, he building healthcare center, he brought all these things there. So the fishery industry was buried, he brought it back to life, sports, everything. So John, we are today, because of greed and power and other things, because you're not radical, you don't want to be radical. That's why they deny that second thing. But if they're going to get the president second thing, he had a lot of things on the agenda. He had a lot of things that he already secured for the second thing. And I know about a president because I used to be part of them. And when it comes to Euro, I know some places the president used to go. I know some places the president came to Euro. He was just waiting for the second thing until the preachers put all that lies. And that lies that McCarthy they stole that election. McCarthy they ordered them to who they stole that election today because the president of a man of peace. He just decided to let it go. And today we see the dilemma. Joseph Boakai first year they flop. And pray about bad for me. You also see second year. You know why I'm saying this?
No.
Praise all the joys that we can see it. All the development in the dry season. Now we in February 1st. We see no development. As the rainy season coming April 15 to October, another 2. It's a 2 year. It's a 2 year straight in the presidency. So how can you develop in rainy season? So
especially in our country,
they are dropping the ball. They are dropping. We want our country to win. They are dropping the ball. So please, George Bush, let's call it spade or spade. Facts here, the man changed the narrative in our nation. You lucky or not? So that why Unity Party people under pressure to develop the nation?
Thank you. You raise a very important point. This is something that we can lift. You see, developmental politics, like you said, is what President Weah was able to introduce in Liberia. And that is what giving Unity Party tough time. And they will not be able to get their hands on it. Because the thing about Unity Party is their agenda has never been to develop the people, to develop the country. It is about themselves. When you look at the Unity Party agenda, it's to be able to empower themselves, to empower the few people so that they can perpetuate their stay in power. It is not that the common people will benefit. Remember this. This is the agenda of the Unity Party. When Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came there, what did she do? We saw Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf bringing our people from the diaspora on board. She said she needed a small team, a competent team, a very crack team to be able to serve. But again, the crack team, what was the essence of the crack team? The essence of the crack team was to ensure that we make use of the minimum people and make use of them for maximum development. That was the
Mhm.
plan that we thought that was going to be. Use the qualified people, the small people, to be able to build Liberia. That was what we felt. But unfortunately, when Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came, that small team was the team that she used so that they can empower themselves and be able to hold on to power perpetually. So we saw people taking $20,000 a month, different
Yes.
opportunity, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. So all they were focused on is to enrich themselves, is to empower themselves, is to develop themselves, because they believe that when they are empowered, when they are developed, they can always call we the common people and say, John Brown can and give us some kind of lay father. Then we say, yeah, who you strong? Ain't no we be behind them. That is the agenda of the Unity Party. That's what people must understand today. That's the Unity Party agenda. The Unity Party agenda is not to develop Liberia so that you and myself, who are the common people, for all the way there genuine, for all the way there Bokonjiri, for all the way there feasible, that we can be able to benefit. No, that is not their agenda. Their agenda is continue to keep the people under poverty, empower yourself as leaders, so that every time they will look up to you, when they look up to you, say, please help me. When you help them, then they give you power. That's how it looking like. In our community, if you get somebody who divides serious 2 cup of rice every day, my brother, you strong. The
Yes.
people don't want to know your agenda, but you strong. If you get somebody in your community who every day that man provide opium money for you to smoke, Baku, you strong. But the man who wants to develop the community and say, look, let's turn this place into a school. Let's turn the place. People say, oh man, but I'm correct, man. We don't understand it, man. Oh, Baku, you're not clear. Baku, you're not clear. So so the Unity Party understand this. So what
Mhm.
President Weah did that really gave President Weah heart, and I believe people, the more we talk, people will get it, is that President Weah changed the dynamics, like you said, to development politics. Look, the politics that President Weah bring on board is that, look, I can give you all of the personal fire $10 or $15, but let me develop the place that you are. So under President Weah, we saw the buildings of hospitals across the country.
Mhm.
We saw President Weah building homes. I mean, changing mud
Yeah.
hut from mud house to modern house. That in the
Yes.
interior, first time people said that, oh, Kamo.
Yeah.
We saw
Exactly.
that. We saw President Weah going in the interior part, and what was he doing? Carrying electricity there.
Yeah. The
Under
solar
President Weah
system. Yeah.
government. Solar system, he
Mhm.
carried it there. We saw President Weah giving out loans to market women or to business people. Even though there
Over.
were challenges, it was not
Yeah.
really sufficient or very big.
Over $5 million is facts.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Fact.
And in fact, let me just show it here so our people can be able to see it. We saw President, we are giving our loans to how you call to business people. So President, we are
Mhm.
introduced that politics of development. So right now, what is happening to Joseph Numa Boakai and his people is that it is very difficult for them to live up to it. You know why? And the reason why they will fail, they will not succeed. Let's get this clear. We are not praying for Joseph Numa Boakai to fail, because when Joseph Numa Boakai fail, our country fail, whether we like it or not. It will put strain on us as citizens. When President Weah take over, it will put strain, because the progress we have made over the period of 6 years under President Weah, Joseph Numa Boakai carried back to 20 years of failure. That's what he has done. So when President Weah take over, he got to start from square one. He got to start from square one. For example, look at the education sector. Let's just look, for example, the education sector. When President Weah came, what did he introduce? He introduced tuition free, right? He introduced a
Yes.
tutor system, right? He introduced a
Yes.
tutor system. So ask me, what is this government doing to advance it? That's why they say
Not.
government is continuity. So, say President, we are introduced the tuition free. He brought in this particular biometric system where people, can do their registration online. At least the government is supposed to come and say, okay, we will do this, other one to advance it. But what are they
Yeah.
doing? Nothing.
Exactly.
Or rather, they are carrying us backward. So when President we are come now, he has to start from square zero. You see the kind of problem we put ourselves in. You see the kind of problem we put ourselves in as a people, as a nation. You see what we've done to ourselves. So these are some of the things that we are saying. Let me see. Let me get this clear. And run to business. So we saw under the preaching of President Weah, we saw that he was able to build what we call a market. I mean, modern marketplaces to give our people a dignified life. That when you go there, you buy, you know that yeah, are entering into area. And let me just play this. Let me play this. Let me play this so our people can see it. So with the issue of the loan, you know, okay, I think I'm there. All right, so I'm right here. I'm sorry, my people. We are presenting at the same time. So I just want to play this. Fine, we are here. Let me just play this for us to see. This was when President Weah decided that look, let me empower our mother. He launched what we call the Propo loan, the Propo loan
Yes.
scheme for business people, and he launched the first $3 million. So I just want our people to
Yeah.
listen to see the path that President Weah was on. That this is not something that we're talking because we want to talk. So let's use 2 minutes as we go ahead and then you know. Uh, so let me carry.
advance the Propo agenda for development and prosperity, our national development plan.
So I will carry in
The
front.
theme and inaugural address has stated that we will not permit Liberian owned business to be marginalized.
You see that? So he talked about Liberian business not being marginalized, and it was practical loss. Joseph Newman Boakai said we not do business as usual, but guess what? This man is taking Liberian out of businesses. He is taking Liberian out of businesses. The Liberian business, how you call a forum, they are not crying. That in fact they have been strangulated. That this time now when you go in people's store, I mean in the foreigner store, they are even selling down to pepper in the store. People that are supposed to be selling wholesale, they are now selling retail or when you go there, the people selling cold water plastic, the same time they're selling cold water. So I want us to listen to this and take it.
I also stated that we cannot remain spectators in our own economy.
Yeah, so I will carry this in front.
Many Liberian businesses to take advantage of this unique opportunity. Together, we can make the change we so desire. And so, I hereby present this check of $3 million to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for onward transmission to the Liberian Bank for Development and Investment, who will administer the program.
So I just want to stop it right here, my brother. Here is it. People are looking at it. So, like you said, and it's in reference to what you said, that President we are introduced development politics. It was about the people. It was about empowering the people. But all that you can see, there is nothing that you are seeing Joseph Newman Boakai and his gangster doing to empower the people. So this is one of the programs where President we are saying, look, I promise you people that will work together as a team. And this $3 million was there that Liberian businesses can make use of. In fact, certain time they carry up to even how you call 6 million. Another 3 million there to 6 million. So we saw that President Weah agenda was for the people, the development of the people. Unlike Joseph Newman Boakai, what we are now seeing is not about the people. It's about themselves. Today, what are you seeing? You are seeing a man like Patrick Horner taking almost about $3,000 just for his generator. Just for his generator. Today, we are seeing somebody like Goodings at the Ministry of Public Works. This man is taking go before the people's representative. He said, my people are begging you, forgive me. Can you imagine that? We are seeing today an Army Moda used to use the Ministry of Commerce as his personal thing, his personal place. The Ministry of Commerce has absolutely no control over the prices of basic commodities. We are seeing it. So all of what these people are doing is not about the Liberian people. They are not building infrastructure that will impact the people's life. These people condemn President Weah. Oh, President Weah, you are building market. Market ain't got nothing to do. Hey, the other one ain't got nothing to do. But today, the question that we should ask ourselves, what are these people doing? Okay, President, we are building the market and you condemn the market. So are you building a basilica for the people? What are you doing to improve the market? So let's agree. You say, oh, President, we are just building the market. So what are you doing? What do we know of that the Unity Party have done so far to say, okay, President, we are just building the market. What we're going to do is that we're going to add value to the market. What are they doing? The people do not believe in the politics of development. They believe in the politics of division. They believe in the politics that you and myself should go against each other. They believe in the politics that will make us to be a loggerhead while they steal from us. Because they know that when we are concentrated, they know that when our attention is on them, guess what will happen? We will continue to expose them. So what they do, they create a situation where you and myself will be a loggerhead. And that's the reason why I want to say thanks to every citizens. We have changed the dynamics in Liberia. We have changed the political dynamics in Liberia to the extent that when we are not discussing about how you call who wear fan shoe, but we are talking about development. That is why it's going to force the likes of Joseph Numa Boakai to work on behalf of the Liberian people. That is why it's going to force. So, my brother, let's hear from you as we move to the next topic that has to do with.
Let them move to the next. Let them move to the next topic.
Yeah, so we are listening to the State of the Nation address, my brother.
Joseph
Numa Boakai. That State of the Nation address was very horrible.
Prince, you're breaking in. Hello?
Was very.
You're breaking in, Prince? Okay, as Prince breaking in to come back, let me just brief you on some development things that are going on in the country. Liberia facing very hard time right now. I'm surprised the Unity Party people in opposition need to talk about bread and butter issue. Presently, you can see them talking about no bread and butter issue anymore. You can't talk about the bread and butter issue anymore. I don't know what's going on. Think top, it's expensive. Our day-to-day commodity, everything expensive now. Gasoline prices. You cannot even use rice prices. Our daily commodity, everything expensive. Everything very expensive right now. So we're having very serious hard time. I hope the Unity Party people turn it around. If they turn it around, it will be good for the nation, it will be good for the people. But a lot of poverty are increased, drugs are engulfed the nation more and more, serious drugs, hardship. So that fasting I was seat belt for 2025, we didn't see no development going on in the country right now. Prince, you there? Prince, you having problem with your computer, Prince. So, follower, you have to share this video. You have to share this video. I know Prince having some difficulty right now. So, as we wait for him to come back, you have to share this video to brothers and sisters over there that listen to politics. So it's difficult right now for the Liberian people. Today is February 1st, 2025. I see the Unity Party. I believe the Unity Party in the 2025 won't do not too much because while we in February, no development going on in the country. As April 15 comes, it's the rainy season. It's the beginning of the rainy season in the Republic of Liberia to October 15 to 20. So if they cannot, in rainy season, everybody know it. You cannot develop, you cannot make massive development in rainy season time. Everything will be delayed, stop. We're having serious rainfall in our country because while we cut most of our trees in the logging company. We cut most of our trees, so we're having serious rain now. So it'll be difficult. So I believe 2 years, if the Unity Party can turn it around, it will turn it around. But I see they come. You can see no projection that they can develop that country right now. So I hope they develop for the sake of the Liberian people. Prince, are you hearing me? Sorry, I cannot get Prince. I don't know what's going on. But as I will continue, you have to share this video. You have to share it to followers whosoever. Yes, let me remind Liberians again, once again, we want to get on radio in the Republic of Liberia to be part of that debate in the Republic of Liberia. So any contribution you can make, your $5, your $2, Prince will put you can contact Prince. So this year, we want to be part of that discussion. Within 2025, by 2025 to 2026, it will be a different ball game. So I don't think the Unity Party people have a lot of point men outside of the country. So I don't know what's going on with Prince. I think a computer fall off whatsoever. So yeah, concerning the president address, the Southern address, a lot of people follow it on social media. When you call for that 2 minute periods of drinking water, that was a national disgrace to the Republic of Liberia. So we don't know what the country is heading to. Exactly, we don't know what the country is heading to. So we're having serious problem. Financially, the country is broke. I tell you already. Country is seriously broke. Our wage bill is high. The Unity Party government needs billions of dollars for the next the period of 6 year time to tackle that. The salary and the expenditure, besides development. Where would they take that money from? And as people know, I was a whistleblower for the former president, the former government. I still a whistleblower for my country because I want for my country to win. They got some people that can blow whistle to destroy the country, but me, I to leak a lot of info, but me, I blow whistle to bring money to inform government where money is keeping and where money is sitting. That's my duty. That's my contribution to the land. It's one of my contributions. I'm a whistleblower for my country to get money. I did it for George Weah. Very proudly, I would do it for the Unity Party government. Also, I'm a whistleblower. I know what millions of dollars being reserved and being kept. That a lot of people don't know about. I know it. I live in the West. I get my eyeball on all these things. So the day I come to the Republic of Liberia, I will blow 2 whistles to the Unity Party. They can adhere to it, walk towards it, and get that money. Multi-millions of dollars somewhere keeping. The former government, I was a whistleblower for the CDC government led by President George Weah. My records are there. You can go to the Executive Mansion website. The former Executive Mansion website, you will see all these things. So I'm a whistleblower for my country because I want my country to win for the next generation of Liberians. It's been a long time coming, so it's difficult right now. So Prince, are you there? So I want the Unity Party and the Boakai government to turn it around. But I'm surprised they're not discussing the bread and butter issue. When they were in opposition, all their platform, they were talking about the bread and butter issue. When George was developing the nation, they would say that the development will eat. They were always talking about bread and butter issue. And today, the bread and butter issue not on our agenda anymore. Development not on our agenda. Serious corruption going on. Boakai not reshuffling his government. He's not sacking people, but he's laying people out of job, paying people that won't take no position, thousands of dollars, taxpayer money. That the governor of the National Bank, they compensated him. So other things going on. So we're in a serious dilemma right now. We're in a crossroad. So Liberia, fasten your seatbelt for 2025. We can see the pathway, Unity Party now, to anything to change that narrative in our country. So it'll be difficult. I lost Prince Sherry here, the man that funded the ONU Palava Hut. I made thousands of Liberian following. You have to share the video. Part of our body politics in the Republic of Liberia, highly serious sedition. But for me, I'm not a sedition, I'm a friend of the former president. Serious thing. People can say we are ashamed whatsoever. Because I know him personally, and I was a whistleblower for his government. But the only thing they did to me, they never really gave me my part of what I wanted. They denied me some opportunity. They never compensated me on the occasion. So I felt bad. But I would still blow whistle for this new government, but I would do it in a different situation. Before I blow whistle for the Boakai government, they got to compensate me, or else I will keep it to myself. Because I get stories, I get things I will say to the government that they will get millions of dollars. I know it, but if facts, I will prove it with documents. I did it for the CDC. I blew whistle concerning the maritime. And today, the benefited from that maritime. We have maritime headquarters in our country today because of me. And I blew another whistle, but I never get my benefit. But this time, I get a lot of things to blow to the Unity Party government. So, followers, they have to share this video. I know I'll be leaving now because I cannot see Prince. And he's a head of this. He got the agenda. But to go briefly on the things that happen in the country, it's difficult. We're in a difficult place right now. It's difficult, hardship. People complaining, total hardship, no infrastructure, no development going on in the country. The Unity parties, even the Unity Party surrogate, they are all complaining. A lot of people complain the country is hard. Let me talk to my people in the West. Save your money, get your money, work hard, save your money, put your money into news, be smart with your money because we're having serious challenge to our country and the world. Serious challenge going on around the world since the COVID time. A lot of people not recovering financially. Saving money is very important for the rainy day. When you're getting old, when the stress start to fail you, see about your health also. After 7 to 8 months, go to your doctor, do your checkup. For anything happening to you, your doctor will diagnose you, put you on medication. But don't wait for the sickness to spread that will damage your immune system. So every 6 months or 1 year, do all your general checkup because doctors will keep your secret. They will tell you what's going on. And from there, you can tackle anything. But don't let sickness to spread. Health is life. If you don't have health, you cannot do nothing on the planet. I will give you some story concerning the man that brought the Apple phone, Steve Jobs. He had pancreatic cancer. He never had good health, so he was a billionaire. But today he left God short because why? He waited until the pancreatic cancer destroyed the immune system. I used to follow him a lot. He one of my mentor, Elon Musk, all these people. I follow some people, so to learn from them. So Liberians, put your health in order. I sorry for my nation because we're one of the poorest healthcare systems in the West African region. Liberia, one of the poorest healthcare system. That's why a lot of people die in the Republic of Liberia. They put in witchcraft and other aspect. No, we have a serious poor health problem. So we can set our healthcare system because our whole total healthcare system in the Republic of Liberia need billions of dollars. Nobody should sugarcoat nothing here. We need billions of dollars to build affordable healthcare system for the Republic of Liberia. Then we need electricity. They probably will develop our routes and other things. Then we can be a viable nation. With all these things, security too, these 4 pillars, if we don't have these 4 pillars, No matter what you do, no matter how smart you people are, you can never be a great society. Health, your health is number one, security, electricity, and roads. If you have these 4 things, then you reduce our corporate tax, you make the atmosphere conducive for people to come and invest in that nation. You reduce our corporate tax. Then a lot of people, investors and other people will gamble their money to come to the Republic of Liberia. So right now, just share this video. If I think I stay on, you can share this video, but I cannot get print. So just share this video. I will be leaving you people. Salute to every followers and just have to share this video. Bye-bye.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.